What's up, everybody? It's Charles Maring here with Maring Visuals, and whether you're an existing client or you are an aspiring photographer or cinematographer, we get a lot of questions from all over the world about what is it that makes your work so different? Why do you manage to stay on top of the industry year after year, even after decades of being in business? Well, that's a pretty vast question to answer, to say the least, but we believe that a major portion of that is the fact that we stay on the cutting edge of technology, and we're a company that ever grows and ever evolves, and we have fun with that, and that translates to new footage and ideas that people haven't seen before, and that's what keeps us on the move and keeps us creatively staying on top. Well, one of those cool pieces of technology that we know was recently invented was the Canon's HD DSLR 35mm still/motion picture cameras that capture full 1080p motion picture to a standard that we've never seen before in the history of filmmaking. And what's amazing about this technology is not so much that it's beautiful to watch as much as it is how small these cameras are and how lightweight. Well, that's also intrigued a lot of other creative companies to create some new technology of their own that allow us to do some pretty cool things with these cameras that we wouldn't be allowed to do or able to do traditionally speaking. Now, when I say traditionally, I think back to the films, especially for weddings of the 80s and 90s, and typically you'd have your photographer or cinematographer, I should say, with their camera on a tripod, and they would follow the subjects from the tripod and stay stationary. Well, what's amazing about going to a Hollywood production and going to the movies is that Hollywood has mastered the art of moving the cameras, not just the subjects. Well, this is a cool product today that I want to share with you called the Atlas 10 from a company called Cinevate, who is inventing all sorts of creative ways to move these lightweight cameras, allow us to give those Hollywood looks to wedding productions or corporate films, amazing for independent film work as well. Well, one of the cool things about this is, you know, if I'm working in the center aisle, for instance, of a wedding, or our team is, we can be in the pews in the very back, be very unobtrusive, and move the camera from left to right and reveal the bride and groom up in the foreground. This is an incredible device for adding that cinematic movement touch of the cameras because it's lightweight and it's small, which means we can remain that unobtrusive photographer or cinematographer at weddings, but have these little tools available to our fingertips to get those really cool Hollywood effects. Now, you could also pick this up and turn it the other way, and now you could pan down the aisle, moving this way as well, which adds a cool effect. But you could also mount this vertically on a tripod. Right now it's mounted horizontally, but here my Enduro tripod, I just basically pick this up, mount it vertically, because there's all sorts of different mounting options available on this. But certainly you could pick it up, put it on the ground, and it has these all-terrain legs as an available thing. And what's cool about it is you just turn these levers, you can adjust this to level it, you can micro-adjust the leveling with the feet here as well, which make a big difference. And what I want to bring light to is that the ball bearing system in the center of this is very important to this particular device, because when we tilt a camera down, for instance, to get the bride's shoes, what happens with some linear systems I've utilized is if they're not ball bearing based, they start to get choppy with the weight of the lens. Well, because of the smooth ball bearings that are in this, regardless of any amount of weight that I've put on it, it allows us to still incredibly smoothly move these cameras from left to right. So what is it that makes us different? Well, it's a million different things, but part of it, again, is staying on top of technology. One of the coolest pieces of technology for the forthcoming season is the Atlas 10 from Cinevate. You should check it out. I know you'll love it as much as our clients are loving the footage that this particular device is allowing us to produce.